one team will keep the winning ways going to start the season as we're off in week 2. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And he's going to take this down to the opposing 44. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
I can assure you of one thing. That carry just brought some extra work in the opening quarter. You couldn't script that run any better.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
Great. 180. There, tight in, watch your keys. No touch.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. He finds Pickens left side. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. A gain of 15 there. And that's good for a Dallas first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
And it's 73.
They give to Barkley, left side. And he'll only get this to the 26 before going down. Stopped on the play by the rookie from Tennessee.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
On the play fake, it's Hurts. Headed out right. Right side, reeled in by Pitts. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. They gain 11 on that play. And that'll be good for Dallas first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Great. 180. No touch.
Straight ahead, here's Barkley. Kicked it outside, found himself about 4 yards as a result. It's 2nd 10.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
First down run, nabs him 5, now 2nd and 5. Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. He's close, but he is stopped before he can get to that first down. Picks up 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
It's a sneak, Hurts. He's fighting all he can, but won't get that final yard. They're going to have 4th down coming up.
It's weird to say, and it certainly won't show up on the stat sheet, but I want to give a lot of credit to that runner. Even though it didn't gain a yard, it actually took a heck of an effort just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And they apparently don't want a field goal to start this game. They want 6. They're going for it. Oh, fullback's got it. Look at the power. Well, he's not going to get to the end zone. The stop is made in time at the 2, but hey, 4 more chances coming. They've got a 1st and goal.
Well, the big guy gets him some positive yardage in close. It's not that the defense didn't expect run. I just don't think they expected him to be the one running it.
Drive has kind of seemed destined for the end zone, partner. First of a few chances now to reach it. Barkley can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
They just could not even find a sliver of breathing room on that first down, and this is not an envious spot for this play caller to be in. I don't know what you go to now.
From the pistol, Hurts. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys finish up an excellent opening series. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. So a very run-heavy approach to this one thus far. Hard to argue with the results as they start out with a touchdown, Brock.
Yep, even in a passing league, Kate, it's how a lot of teams like to start, right? Everybody loves to think of winning the line of scrimmage. Why? It sets up play action. It makes your protections a little bit easier. Win the line of scrimmage in this league, you have to win the game.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. It's Darius Slayton with the return. And in the end, Brock, a pretty exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. Darts coming out throwing. He finds his running back. Nice work, complete. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
2 yards on the 50.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. But one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Not must-have yet, Brock, but it does feel pretty important that they come up with an answer for that touchdown, but not going to be easy.
Nope, and incompletions like that certainly won't help.
Third down now. Here's Darts. Has a man on target to Jelton. And he's taken down as he takes this to the 38. That one hits for 30. And it's good for a New York first down. New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. Throwing on first down. It's Darts. Finding Johnson once more. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Offense with an enviable spot to be in, 2nd and inches. Dart gonna throw again. He's got it in the red zone. Connects on the crosser. And he's brought down. They're gonna mark him at the 14. Offense to the line fast. On first down, here's Dart. He brings it in. And he has the New York touchdown. The Giants finish off their opening drive. Jason Sanders to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Giants start off well to tie things 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And he takes it in the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They go play fake with Hurts. He rolls to his right. He takes it himself. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. 1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. Both teams neck and neck so far. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They'll have 2nd and 7 to deal with. Now Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Hurts to throw. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. Works the sideline inside the 35. There it is. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys take a second quarter lead. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown.
I think he'll take his highlights however he can get them on a handoff, pin-off, and pass. It really doesn't matter. The important thing is he gets the ball, he gets the touch, and he can do his damage big time.
Aubrey good on the point after. And the Cowboys break that tie and now lead by 7.
14. Giants 7. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. Showing a little burst so far. And a good effort here as he gets it out past the 35-yard line.
At their own 37-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. Dart out of the shotgun. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Ball stays at that 37. Here's 2nd and 10. Here goes Dart to the air. Short pass brought in. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Giants are going to have the first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on the route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
On 1st and 10, here's Dart. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home that sack.
Following the sack needs some positive yards here. It is 2nd down and 18. Now Dart. Buys time, rolling right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down.
Oh, this has been a tough series. Sacked on the 1st down play. Forced to throw it away right there. An awfully difficult 3rd down now staring you in the face.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Finds him on the crossing route. And that nice catch not going to translate into a new set of downs just yet. The stop is made in time to make it 4th and short.
Brings up 4th down.
Trying to push this past the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I think sometimes you hear 4th and 2 and it sounds like it's short. But what if I said 4th and 6 feet? That's a little bit more, and it takes a surge just like that to get it done.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Warrior 70. Riggs.
Here's Dart now. Pass is caught at the 9. And that's a New York touchdown. The Giants can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead.
Jason Sanders for the extra point.
Extra point is good by Sanders. And the Giants tie things up at 14.
Jason Sanders.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And it didn't look like he was seriously considering a return there, did it? So that touchback going to come out to the 35. To the line come the Cowboys. Good starting spot here. 1st and 10.
Hey, easy, 63, back. Anyway, up. Delta.
Here's Hurts. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Dallas 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Hurts on 1st down. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. That'd be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Barkley off the pistol give. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
I'm going to guess at some point, whether it's in the huddle or over there on the bench on the sidelines after this drive, QB is going to go apologize to that running back. He just ran him into one heck of a negative play.
Well, it has been an exciting one so far as we have reached our 2-minute warning. Stay with us. More from AT&T Stadium coming up. This drive is in trouble. Got to figure out 3rd and 12. Third and long for him here. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Deontay Banks. And this is going to be a New York touchdown. It's a pick for 6.
Gosh, I love that play on so many levels, Kate. Making the interception already a terrific effort by everybody involved. But to put the cherry on top, to take it all the way back to the house, it required extra effort from everybody, and they get the job done.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And it looks like he's going to opt not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 35. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Into traffic, complete. Rolling into enemy territory. Now he's past the 25. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys earn the chance to tie it before halftime. George Pickens the touchdown. Well, Brock, it speaks to the constant threats that these slant routes pose that we aren't all too surprised when one of them breaks for something much bigger than its design, right? And it ends just like it did in a touchdown.
Yeah, Kate, that's exactly right. And the great quarterback coaches, they demand of their QBs to put it right on the money. Because when you hit that exact spot, when you don't slow your receiver down and he can catch and run, especially with the elite athletes at that position in this league, big plays follow.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Returning it from the 4. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Back to 60, 79.
Out of the gun this time. Here's Dart. Gonna let this one fly deep downfield. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And it sets up second down.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Ball still on that 29-yard line as they come up to it. 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Dart. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Throw here, 3rd down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You're going to go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Dallas getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Throw left side is caught by Pitts. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 1 play in, and they are already close to midfield. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Finds his back. Here's Barkley. And he gets back to the line, but no more. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Hurts now from the gun. Look at that power, deep left side. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Deontay Banks. And he's going to score on the pick 6. Touchdown, New York. 2nd time he's had an errant throw taken back for 6 in this half, Brock. As a quarterback, how do you come back from this knowing there's so much game left?
How do you come back from it, or how do your family and friends come back from it? I know as I get older, I think about them more and more. As a competitor, you're just going to grit your teeth and do what you can. But for the loved ones following, that's a tough 2nd pick 6 to watch.
And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. They've got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime. Hurts back to the air after the pick. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The Giants using their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go, and let that pass rush get home.
Looks like that last play convinces them to keep this one on the ground. He'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Final timeout taken by the Cowboys. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Giants into the nickel, 3rd down. It's another rushing play. He wants to, but he's not going to be able to continue the run. Got him 6, but they stopped him short. It's 4th down now. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. And here's Jack Brownie to punt this one away. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. The coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Giants lining things up. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Well, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Finds a seam down the middle. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. That one goes for 31 yards. And it's good for a New York first. Down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Hits his running back. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And the Giants are going to have the first down.
It's a gain of 20. First down, New York.
Ready? 7 Pirates, 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. Go, Reed, go.
Dart now against the blitz. Throwing the out route complete. And he's tackled for a short gain.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
Second down now, they need 7. Dart gonna throw again. Pass is caught, that's Darnell Mooney. And he's gonna be touched down as he gets him enough to pick up the first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10.
At the 11-yard line.
70 Lion, Panther 60, Panther 60, trap 60, trap 60. Warrior 70.
From the red zone on 1st. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Third down now. Here's Dart. Has it in close. Touchdown, New York. The Giants grow the lead coming out of halftime. Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Giants double their lead to 14.
Cowboys 21.
Sanders all set to send it away.
Set to kick off.
Very short kick taken at the 19. All right, and in the end, Brock, this is going to make it out to the 30. Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out.
Great, set.
First down throwing for Hurts. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Giants get the football as he makes his third interception of this season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
Viking 18, Dragon 60.
Second and 10 now. Here's Dart. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he will take this across. Touchdown, New York. The Giants parlay the interception into points.
That play really had all the elements you're looking for from a tight end, showing that he can stretch that field. With your route check, secure the catch, quickly become a runner check, and finally go finish that drive off and celebrate with your homeboys.
Sanders all set to send it away. Return starts from the 16. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. Cowboys just about set. Here comes first and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. George Pickens, the intended target. And it's going to be second down.
Great, set.
Hurts to throw. Into the hands of Pitts. And he gets this one out to the 40-yard line. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that'll be good for a Dallas first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Hurts. Back to Pitts it goes. And this one does not go far.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Oh, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Hurts throwing again. That's Pickens with a catch outright. And he's going to be persuaded out of bounds right at that 40-yard line. That play good for 17 and a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Still has some space inside the 35. He's got it in the red zone. And into the end zone he goes for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys shrinking the lead some in the third. Saquon Barkley the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Extra point from Aubrey is up and good. And the Cowboys get it back to a 14-point game.
Cowboys 28.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Darts out of the shotgun. Has him on the quick hitter. And they drop him with a big hit, but that's going to sting worse for the defense. A big gain, and the chain's moving too. A gain of 15 there. And it's good for a New York first down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
What a jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. On first down, here's Darts. Rolling left, buying some time. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
That's a veteran move right there by a rookie quarterback. You see so many rookies, we do, Kate, who try to play hero ball and force things in every single spot. But he's already wise enough to know how to throw it away.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. To throw, here's Darts. That's complete to Darius Slayton. And he doesn't get the chance to add on to that play, but this still has him across the midfield stripe all the way down to the opposing 42. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
First down, New York.
Out of the gun this time, here's Darts. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. It's a sack on first down. We'll see if it changes the play they go with now on 2nd.
My goodness, was that some kind of speed off the edge. There's only a handful of tackles in this league that have the lateral movement to stay in front of an end like that. It may be time for this quarterback to start mixing up his cadence, his count, certainly making sure this defensive end can't get off the way that he has. I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is. Is that QB a tight end? They got that ball out in a hurry.
3rd and a lone yard coming up.
60, let's go now. Cougar 19, Dragon 60.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Completed to his running back. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's another Giants first down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. The Giants up multiple scores and on their way if they can keep this up to closing this one out. Offense is set. 1st and 10.
18, Pioneer. Here we go. 19, cut 19. Cut, Riggs.
Here's Dart now. Short pass brought in. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Giants are going to have the first down.
Giants first down. A gain of 11 on the play. And the Giants first down.
And it's Johnson with another one. And into the end zone. Touchdown, New York. The Giants make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Sanders connects on the point after. And the Giants stretch their lead to 21. Sanders all set to send it away. And he'll take a knee in the end zone for a touchback.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
To the line come the Cowboys. Good starting spot here. 1st and 10.
Great. Crowd left Yeti. Go Silver, ready?
From the pistol, Hurts. Finds Barkley underneath. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. They gain 11 on that play. And that's good for a Dallas first down.
For a Cowboys first down.
No touchdown.
1st and 10 at the 46.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. Escapes the pocket. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
Kate, I gotta believe he harken back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Second down, Hurts throwing again. Chased out to his right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that's going to add some distance onto this upcoming third down. They need a good chunk here, at least 14 yards to pick up this first down. Now Hurts on third and long. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
He put everything he had into this one. And this one's swatted away by a defender, so they went for it unsuccessfully. And now they turn it over on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Going on first down. It starts. Knocked away, and that's going to be incomplete. Defender there, that brings up second down.
Small little jab there, finally landed by the defense. Able to break up one of these passes, but let's be real. We know who's been landing the heavy punches all game long. Looks like they're going to keep being aggressive too, Kate. I love that. Stay on the gas.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. From the gun, here's Dart. He drops it! Oh, a huge gain in hand, but he couldn't finish the catch.
Man, with how hard it is, Kate, to get these plays down the field, you can't let the coverage off the hook with a drop. It just can't happen. But you're going to see it right here. He saw the open space ahead of him and started running before he ever brought the ball fully in.
Third and long for him here. Pass brought in by Slayton. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. And that right there is about the best you can hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and two guys can't stop one.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, first and 10. Dart gonna throw again. Hits his running back. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it's good for a New York first down.
First down, Giants.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. 79 Bronco. Trap 60, trap 60.
Working inside the red zone. And the defender comes away with it. And the Cowboys have it as he records the first interception of his young career. Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this first and 10. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. Devon Holland comes up with it.
I'll hear a lot of defensive coordinators say you've got to earn the right to rush the passer by doing work on the early downs. You know what this is, Kate? They've earned the right to be aggressive defensively with the work they did through 3 quarters, and this defense is cutting it loose.
On first and 10, here's Dart. Pass is cut at the 9. And he's taken out as he brings it down towards the 10. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
A gain of First down, Giants.
And this one won't be caught, but we got a flag here. Looked like there may have been some early contact before that throw arrived. Darts looking to throw. And he hauls it in. Touchdown, New York. The Giants keep adding to that fourth quarter lead. Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Giants grow their lead yet again. Sanders all set to send it away. From a couple yards deep, this is going to come out. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning.
Come on, set.
Penix now on first down. Out left, Lamb makes the grab. And he's going to be stopped after reaching up to the 33. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Dallas. Cowboys just want to get out of here with how this one is gone. First down now, ball at the 33.
Go! 1970 Timberwolf. 18 Rattler. 18 go.
Penix here from the gun. Completed over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. First and 10 now from the 46.
Another Cowboys first down.
From the shotgun, Penix. Finds his back. Here's Barkley. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 45-yard line.
Again, Penix to the air. Going deep here for the end zone. And oh, he got it! Interception! That's Antoine Winfield Jr.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, it's intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
Finds his back complete. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
He beams one deep right side. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or 2.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Dart gonna go for it on 4th. And he put everything he's got behind it. Couple defenders there, and they're gonna intercept it. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are gonna have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
You know what? With yet another interception, you know what it might be time to do, Kate? Just run the
ball.
Run it.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. Not deterred by that pick. He's thrown again. Hits him on the out route. And this one's only going to pick up a couple before he heads out of bounds. Second down now, 7 to go.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Penix working from the gun. Going all the way to the end zone here. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. Third down coming up.
Banks on the coverage.
They'll air it out on third. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Intended target there was CeeDee Lamb. And they're up against it. 4th down coming up. They're going to go for it here, trailing in the 4th. Desperation time here. That's cut beyond the marker. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
First down. Here we go. 1st and 10.
Penix is going to throw again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he was showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Now, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there can be more interceptions.
Final timeout taken by the Cowboys. Offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
It's Penix yet again. Big touchdown here, but they cannot connect. So that's going to send them back to the line for 2nd and goal. Ooh, sure looked like they were sitting on that slant, weren't they, Brock? If a route was going to beat them, it was not going to be that one.
Yeah, we see this route all the time, really at every level of football, because as a receiver, you just want to get inside that defender. And when you do, you hope to find that connection, but the contact knocked that sucker away.
All right, so defensively, you've seen 2 throws now, and you turn both of them away. It seems fairly likely you have another one coming up here on 3rd and goal.
It does, and I think defensively, now you've really got to protect against the QB extending the play. Right after a couple incompletions, Kate, you know as a quarterback, if it's not there right away, I better be creative to try to find 6.
Now Penix on 3rd and goal. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now it's decision time on 4th and goal. They're going to go for it here, trailing in the 4th. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And he will score. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys making the scoreboard look a touch better. George Pickens the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Hey, in this situation, why not? So I'll just go ahead and go for 2 here. One final shot here. And he can't connect with his man, so they tried for 2, but it doesn't work out. Don't look up at the clock, everybody. That is certainly not their friend as they get set to try an onside kick. And the Giants' hands team secures the football. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point in the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
Has a man on target to Johnson. And this is going to make it down to the 24-yard line. So it's a win for the visiting